Hey Kingdom Hearts faithful, I hope you're ready for another Kingdom Hearts 3 video. But before that, this video has been brought to you in part by Nido Shop TV. They gave me this awesome Destiny Islands University shirt. And if you want to win one, be sure to like, share, and favorite the video, as well as subscribe to HMK. Post your proof on Twitter or Facebook, and you'll get the chance to win one of these awesome shirts. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Kingdom Hearts 3 has been one of the most anticipated games of this last generation. Like seriously guys, we've been waiting for this game for years. And the Kingdom Hearts universe of games have had a good track record of having great games. They're recoded, but all the other games have been awesome. So Kingdom Hearts 3 definitely has some big shoes to fill and very high expectations from us, the fans. Being a huge Kingdom Hearts fan myself, I comprised a list of the top 10 things that Kingdom Hearts 3 needs to be amazing and immense awesome package. A great finisher to the Xehanort Saga that we'll be talking about for years to come. So how about let's get into it with number 10.
Make gummy missions feel less like a chore. Not to say they weren't enjoyable in the previous installments, but they did get a bit tedious the second time around if you're looking to complete the gummy missions or to find new parts for your ship. To truly make gummy missions in Kingdom Hearts 3 an enjoyable aspect, they must find a balance to the gummy missions to make them enjoyable every time you jump into the ship. Flesh it out and expand on what the glorious lanes in between can look like and battle your way through the stars. Make a game within a game. Have it so that the experience is so enjoyable that you actually can't wait to get back in your ship and start up gummy missions. Not only will this maximize your experience, but it will help the pacing of the game tenfold. So for number 10, it's going to be make the gummy missions exponentially more enjoyable and less like a chore. Make partners an asset, not a liability. There have been many times where your partners come through for you in battle, but most of the times they're in other worlds and with partners other than Donald and Goofy. Jack is so broken. Anyways, Donald and Goofy are alright for a while, but as you level up, they start pulling their weight and become more of a liability, especially when you have to rely on them for drive forms. I understand that Sora is the star of the show, but we've come to a point where Donald and Goofy's skills should be up to par to compete with the best of them, Jack Skellington. Partners of course need to be vulnerable, but you need to feel like they're an asset, not a liability. Things that you want to keep alive and fighting with you, not heavy baggage you have to lug around because you have to. So number 9 is make partners more viable. Provide closure. It's no secret that the Kingdom Hearts lore and universe is immensely expansive. So much so, there's so many mysteries, promised events, and hints to what's to come for the series and its characters. In order to put all other Kingdom Hearts games to the test and to rest, Kingdom Hearts 3 needs to provide an insane amount of closure for the fans of the series, or else it may end up being another statistic. Will Sora end up with Kairi? Who will return from the depths of oblivion? Will the Keyblade War impress? These only are a few questions that the series have been building up for years, and we need that closure. So that's why closure is number 8. Make characters more abundant and less static. In these Disney worlds, and the original worlds, we've always had the problem in the residence department. The worlds were great, but they always had the issue of always being barren in relation to the overall size. I feel that was mostly a problem in the past due to processing power. Now we're on the PS4 and Xbox One. We have enough power for that to be a thing of the past. Worlds need to be bursting with life, and characters need to feel more alive and less static than in past games. Fully voiced, fluid animations that allow them to feel less like space takers and insignificant talkers. This will enrich the worlds and make the impending threat of the Keyblade War more dire. That's why abundance of characters gets number 7. Final Mix as DLC, not a separate disc. Here's something we all see coming. Kingdom Hearts 3 Final Mix. The Final Mix version of past Kingdom Hearts games add interesting content including additional boss fights, items, and story elements. With Kingdom Hearts 3's stature, I'm pretty safe to say that Final Mix may be coming to this game. But back in the day, Final Mix games came out as completely separated, updated games for a time, and they were only regulated to Japan. That's until the glorious remixes came out. But we live in a digital age, so rather having an entirely separate disc for Kingdom Hearts 3 Final Mix, it should be added on to the existing systems and owners of the disc as DLC. That way, it'll be cheaper, easier, faster, and more appealing to the general audience and hardcore players. So, Final Mix as DLC, not a separate disc, is number 6. Have an ample amount of rewarding side quests. Kingdom Hearts, I believe, never needed improvement in the main quest department, but as for side quests, let's just say they aren't really up to RPG standards. Some of these side quests and additional bosses are cool to be sure, but very little had true value to the overall game and experience when completed. Oh, I get a new Keyblade, that gives me no experience. Great! A series of crowns to go on my head! Cool! Kingdom Hearts 3 needs a series of side quests that rewards the players amply and gives them reasons to deviate from the main quest in order to gain items or experience that can enhance the overall game. That's what makes it a great side quest. Sure, the quest itself may be its own reward, but a satisfying quest with satisfying prizes beats that any day, and that's why a rewarding side quest system gets number 5. Multiple playable characters. This is a subject that's been tossed around for years now. Multiple playable characters and potential multiple stories in Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm all for multiple playable characters in Kingdom Hearts 3. So much so, I feel that Xehanort should be playable at some point in the game. Something for a future video, get hyped! Anyways, I understand that many people are against this, that Sora is the protagonist, and that is true, but we're at a point in the narrative that it's clear that it's no longer just his story. Many people have been affected and focused on in this quest. They all have plights and stories to tell that are just important as Sora's. Their goals must be reached, and behind the current events are not gonna cut it. These characters have been fleshed out and need to be playable to validate their past givings. Tetsuya Nomura even confirmed that he's playing around with the idea of multiple playable characters in the game, but of course having Sora being the star of the show, which I wouldn't want to take away from him. So of course, with Sora leading the way, there should be multiple playable characters in Kingdom Hearts 3. That gets number 4 people. Better platforming. Now this is something that Kingdom Hearts sorely needs to get down in the 3rd number installment. Now they've been improving since Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2, it was getting there. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance went hella overboard and failed to find that balance, but the overall movement was great and smooth. They need to find that balance between Kingdom Hearts 2 and Dream Drop Distance and mark some improvements to find that balance of smooth transitions in movement and good fluid jumping ability and landing for Kingdom Hearts 3. From what we've seen in the teasers, I would say that I'm hopeful, but we need to see a lot more to know exactly what we got for Kingdom Hearts 3. Nothing is more frustrating than going in deep jungle. Like seriously guys, I am so glad that Tarzan is not part of the Kingdom Hearts series anymore. Everyone's like, Tarzan needs to come back. Tarzan is cool now, but the deep jungle ain't. And I don't want to go back to that shit again. Even with improved jumping mechanics, man. They need to fix that crap. And all questions for the Xehanort Saga, but present a new problem for the future. This is something that has been promised for years now, and it's probably one of the biggest reasons why I'm hyped for the game. But knowing Square Enix, they may throw a curveball at us. In Kingdom Hearts 3, we need all of the questions answered in the Xehanort Saga. Everything related to him and how his actions have directly and indirectly affected the Kingdom Hearts universe. Kingdom Hearts has an encyclopedia's worth of direct questions and mysteries in its tales, and it's to end all of them as promised. To the end of the Xehanort Saga, we cannot have lingering aspects or quandaries left behind when the dust settles. However, to build hype for the next saga, we can get a new problem that is unrelated to the past, something that can be pressed for the future, and if Square Enix makes a final mix for Kingdom Hearts 3, 9 times out of 10 they will, they can include more hints and perhaps a fleshed out boss fight against a new upcoming enemy. The possibilities of the unknown is what fuels imagination and gets the hype flowing for the future. So at number 2, we've got ending all Xehanort Saga questions but presenting a new problem for the Kingdom Hearts future. Push Sora to the brink. Throughout all of the Kingdom Hearts games, Sora is the main protagonist that is shown to have the biggest beacon of light. He has shown that his heart is pure, warm, and welcoming to all those he meets and even clashes with. He sees the good before the bad in everyone, and always lets his upbeat and positive personality shine before any other emotion. At times he is serious, but always has been for the sake of his friends, something that he has prioritized since the beginning. Throughout the games, he has shown to be unwavering in his resolve, and that the strength comes from the power of his heart and those connected to it. For a while we saw Sora as the upstanding youth, all hail the conquering hero. That is, until a little game called Dream Drop Distance rolled on by. In the latest installment of the Xehanort Saga, we've seen the extent of Sora's defenses against the darkness, and that he's indeed able to crack under copious amounts of pressure. Square Enix needs to capitalize on this, not only as a chance to give him some sorely needed character development, but also a chance story of Kingdom Hearts 3 as a true epic that pushes boundaries like never before. In Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora needs to be pushed to the brink, and we've had a preview of that in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. Though many would believe that Sora's greatest trait is that he is unwavering in his goodness, I feel the greatest trait should be his ability to come back from the edge of oblivion in his resolve, surpassing that of his own being. His heart has served him well until now. It needs to go through the ultimate test in Kingdom Hearts 3 to show what it means to be the boy with the link to all.
So what did you think about this list? Did you think I was on point with these top 10 things that Kingdom Hearts 3 needs to have? If you have something to say, leave in the comment section below. What do you think Kingdom Hearts 3 needs to be an amazing game? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Leave everything, your thoughts in the comment section below. And be sure to favorite, like, share, and subscribe. Until the next video about Kingdom Hearts 3, I've been HMK, and I'll check you guys later.